So hey class, let's continue discussing and looking at the next topic here. And what we're going to be looking at today is something important in life and something we should all master, and that is assertiveness. What is assertiveness? What do you think assertiveness is? When you hear the word assertiveness, what comes into your mind? What is being assertive? Or what do you mean, or what do we mean when you say this person is assertive, or this person has some quality of assertiveness? So what is assertiveness? So this is what we're going to dig deep into, understand what it is, understand ways we supposed to be assertive, and ways in which assertiveness helps us in our daily life. So let's dig deep and now understand what assertiveness is. So we'll kick off and look at the meaning of assertiveness. So assertiveness is a communication style. Now, guys, I want you to really listen, be into the topic, and let's understand and learn together what assertiveness is. Now, assertiveness is a common communication style and a set of behavior that involves expressing your thoughts, feelings, and needs and boundaries in a respectful and direct manner, while also respecting the rights and feelings of others. Now, assertiveness is a communication style, right? And these communication styles helps us to behave or express our thoughts and feelings or our boundaries in a respectful way and also a direct manner. Now, guys, I want you to take note, or I want you to really take note of this word here. This word, respectful and direct. Sorry, my lines are not that they're not that. I want you to take note of this. I want you to take note of the word respectful and the word direct. Now, one thing we have to understand about being assertive is that it's a communication style it's a way of expressing your thoughts, your feelings, your desires, your needs, your boundaries too, in a respectful and direct manner. But not only this, you are direct but also respecting the rights and others. So the main thing here is respecting the rights and feelings of others. Respecting the rights and feelings of others. It strikes a balance between being passive, not expressing your needs or feelings, and aggressive, expressing your needs and feelings in a way that disregards other rights or feelings. Now, I will explain. Being assertive means, in a simple term, the simplest term, being assertive is saying a yes or a no, and you mean a yes and a no. So saying yes when you mean it and saying a no when you mean it. So people are telling you, hey, you've never drank before in your life, but someone or a friend or a very close friend is telling you, have a taste of this, and according to your values and what you believe in, you just don't drink. So assertiveness means saying no, telling your friends no, and you know stays a no. You really mean what you're saying. Now, not being assertive or failing to have this being assertive means you'll be like, oh, I don't drink, and they'll force you, hey, just have a taste, and you'll end up tasting because you're not assertive. Now, assertiveness means being respectful but in a direct way. You tell your friends, hey guys, I'm really sorry, but I just don't drink and I can't drink, and you stick to your decision, stick to what you're saying. So this is what assertiveness means. So saying no or yes and really meaning your no and yes. Okay, let's move on. When is someone assertive? When is someone assertive? How do you know someone is assertive? When someone is assertive, what happens? Now, the first thing we look at is expressing opinions. Expressing opinions. An assertive person can openly share their opinion and idea in a team meeting without dominating the conversation or dismissing other input. Now, expressing opinions means this person can easily share their opinion or their idea if they're in a meeting and they feel like they need to add a point, or something was not said right, or they have a different idea from what is being said or a different perspective. Being assertive means you are able to express yourself when everyone else is feeling that the right way is right and you're feeling the right way is left. then you can carry your hand up and say, I feel this is this, and you give your reasons too. So being assertive means expressing your opinion, and you're not trying to like dominate and like you want everyone to listen to you and you feel like whatever you're saying is right. No, you're just trying to convey a message that this is what you feel, or this is what your idea or your opinion is about the agenda of the meeting. When you have a look at this picture here, when you look at this person here in this picture, again, my lines are crooked, but forgive me, class. But let me try. So, now I get it. Look at this person here. Sorry, again, crooked, but let's move with that. Look at this person here. When you try to analyze this picture, you see that everyone here is the same. Because you see the same color and the same style in which the hand is. I think even some of you didn't notice that their hands are the same here. See, everyone's hand is down and spread a little bit, but this one person, his hands are up and wide. Then he's white, he has a white color, and the rest have the same color. This means I'm standing out to what you think is right. Being assertive is when people are going to this direction or following this direction. Being assertive means standing up to what you feel is right, owning up to your idea and not trying to change it because of someone's perspective or what someone has said. So being perspective means sharing your opinion without dominating and like trying to make people understand what you really feel. So it's just a way of expressing your opinion. Another way to know when someone is assertive is setting boundaries. Now, they are comfortable saying no. These people are comfortable saying no. When they need to, they will say no without feeling guilty or offering lengthy excuses. For example, declining a social invitation politely but firmly. Now, you've been invited to a certain event, maybe in Paris, or you've been invited to a certain event in the US. What do? If you feel like the event doesn't connect with you, or you just don't want to go, or you have other stuffs to attend to or important stuffs to attend to, you are at liberty to say no. So a person who is assertive, they are very comfortable. The word here is, again, I make this mistake here, but people who are assertive, again, they're very comfortable. The word is comfortable. They're very comfortable when they're saying no. They will say no and mean it. They will say no and they will give a short reason as to why they're saying no, and they won't go ahead trying to explain or trying to prove a point or trying to like tell people what they really meant. No. Someone who's assertive is someone who would mean their no and give a reason as to why they're doing that, and they will avoid lengthy excuses and they will not feel guilty for saying no. So when you're being invited to an event and you don't want to go, being assertive means saying no. You're not attending the event, this and this has happened, so you're not coming, and you don't feel bad or guilty for trying to like say what you feel and what you think. For example, declining a social invitation. Another way someone is assertive is conflict resolution. Assertive individuals can address conflict calmly and directly, focusing on the issue rather than reporting the personal attacks. So you find that in most occasions, someone who is assertive, they will easily address conflicts and they will be direct. So if maybe there was a fight between two people and they saw someone who started the fight, or one person who initiated the fight the first, an assertive person will go ahead and point out their mistake, point out what really happened, and be direct what they mean, and like really talk about what they mean without changing or having some discomfort. No, they will be calm and direct to the idea. So they use I statements to express their feelings and needs. For instance, saying, I felt hurt when you made that comment. Instead of attacking you with, you always say hurtful things. So someone is assertive. This is very important. They use the I statements instead, and they avoid the you statements. What do I mean here? So most of the time, you find that people are too quick to like point out your mistakes. You always doing this, or you are always doing this to people, you're always mean to me, you're always. So assertive people avoid these words, so they will be starting their or proving their points in a respectful way, like, I always feel hurt, or I felt hurt when you say this, Or when during this occasion I felt really hurt when this and this happened. So these are assertive people. They use the I statements. They are good at solving conflicts because they will give direct and calm talks or what they feel about a certain situation or a certain thing that has happened in their life. So another way that someone can show is assertive is requesting feedback. They can ask for constructive feedback on their work without becoming defensive or overly self-critical. So when someone is assertive, and this means that when they don't understand anything, or when they feel like they need some feedback, or they want to request for certain feedback, they ask for constructive feedbacks and feedbacks that will help them shape their life or have a positive impact on them. So the feedbacks are constructive, and as they're asking for feedbacks, they don't become like defensive or overly self-critical, but they are calm when asking feedback, and they are open as to want explanation to a certain feedback or a certain occurrence. So after looking at this, we're going to focus on when someone is not assertive, what happens, or how is someone who is not assertive look like? How do they look like, or how can we know a person isn't assertive? So the first point is passivity. An unassertive person might avoid expressing their needs or opinions to avoid conflict or because they fear rejection. For instance, agreeing to take an extra work even when they are already overloaded because they can't say no. When someone is not assertive, they will be afraid to share their opinions. For example, they've seen a theft happening, or someone stealing, or they've seen people fighting and they well know who initiated the fight or who started the fight. These people won't talk. They will keep quiet because they fear being rejected, or they fear bringing conflicts between them and the other people, or they fear seeing people fight or seeing people getting hurt. So they will end up keeping quiet and not talking about the situation because of the fear they have within them. So a person who is not assertive, they have this character of passivity where they don't talk. They can be, I've given a good example here. So for example, they're given extra work and a lot of work, but because they're not assertive to just like point out that, hey, you're giving us work, but we had this and this to do, they will keep quiet and not talk about it, so they can't say no to certain situations. I give an example. Your friends tell you to taste some drink or go to some parties that doesn't augur well with you. When you're not assertive, you'll be like, okay, you can go. When your friends know well you're not a club person, or you're not someone who drinks, but they will drag you into this because you simply said yes. Yes, you're not comfortable and you don't want to go, but because you're not assertive, you'll find yourself going. Another example, when someone is not assertive, is submissive. These people are submissive. They may allow others to dominate or manipulate them, failing to stand up for their rights or needs. For example, someone might constantly defer to another person's choice in a relationship without voicing their own preferences. So submissiveness. Let me give an example of two people in a relationship. You find that one person will do everything the other says because they just fear breakup, or they fear making the other people sad or seeing the other people unhappy. So they will end up putting their own interest at stake, but putting the other person's interest at heart. So they will do everything the other person wants. They will not even try to talk about what they feel bad about or what they're not comfortable with. So these people won't even talk. So they will allow others to dominate or manipulate them. So they won't stand up for their rights, or they won't even try to stand up for what they need. So they're submissive. Or in class, you find students who someone is trying to tell them, hey, do this work for me, or send me, or do me this assignment, write for me these notes. Because they're not assertive, they won't stand up for their rights. They will keep on being dominated, keep on being used, and they will fail to stand up for their rights and tell the other people, no, I can't do this, or no, today do your own work. so they're not assertive.